It's time!
Content in this video may trigger you if you're a pansy, a feminist, soy boy, a white knight. So if you require a safe space and you don't know the real definition of tolerance, I suggest that you turn off this video and go find Drag Queen Story Hour somewhere. You might enjoy that better.
All right, guys, joining me is my man, Glenn Lawrence. He's the Manosphere's resident Hollywood heartthrob, and he's also the co-host of the Dragon Ship podcast with RP Thor, and he also does all the producing for Apex Mindset now. Now he makes videos on YouTube, and a lot of his videos are, he calls them correction videos.
I got Glenn Lawrence with me here today, too.
Glenn, we love Glenn.
The only white man I know on Post. Welcome, Glenn Lawrence.
Mr. Glenn Lawrence. There he is, Mr. Handsome, Mr. Hollywood.
Are you guys ready for this one? Here we go. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Glenn Lawrence, and I'm with Mr. Grid One Motorsports. How you doing, Grid?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well. I'm doing well. Today, we are going to be talking about the problem with hedonism in the modern era, in modernity. This is the topic that you presented to me that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
So let's get into it.
Yeah.
Look, I think we need to start off with what is the definition of hedonism?
As always, that's it's so odd in modernity where we have so much information that most people use words wrong all the time. They say, well, this is hedonistic, and is it really? Or maybe that's actually debauchery.
Yeah. So, AJ, can you go ahead and give me a definition of hedonism? We can get the definition of hedonism going on for you guys. And just for you guys know, I'm still in Nashville. I got to go harass Michael Knowles again today because it'll be day 4 in Nashville. And Michael Knowles is still dodging me. I'm just trying to have a constructive conversation about how to get men and women back together again, and how we need to help men improve and become better men, better fathers, better leaders. But Michael Knowles doesn't seem to want that. It's kind of bothering.
6 months from now, Michael Knowles is still not going to know who you are.
He knows who I am. We met. I was here with Pearl.
We met
3 years ago. I got the picture to prove it.
I'm going to yell the definition of hedonism. Hedonism means the belief that pleasure or happiness is the highest good and the main goal in life. It comes from the ancient Greek word of hedon, which means pleasure.
Mm-hmm. All right. So the main goal of life is personal pleasure.
Right. And I think that probably most people go through that at some point in their lives. And I think that my observation is, it's not even a question whether I think it or not. My observation is that we have such a guilt culture that when people are going through this, they end up hating themselves more than maybe they ought to because they feel so guilty.
Yeah.
Rather than just kind of like going through that, living it, and then moving on, or just not going through it at all. Right.
See, I think when people get struggled here, there's a difference between doing what's right, what's best for you, and being hedonistic. Right?
That's two entirely different things.
Exactly. Two entirely different things. Because what may be best for you, right?
May suck, and it may not be very pleasurable at all.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So you're not going to get any joy out of it.
Right. But it might be the right thing to do.
But it might be the right thing to do. And a lot of people confuse that, but I want to feel pleasure. Mm-hmm. Well, pleasure is not necessarily the right thing to do. It depends on the circumstance and the situation.
Right.
And how it affects other people. Right. Like hedonism, okay, let's say for the guys that are saying they're going MGTOW, men going their own way. And they're saying we're not doing marriage, whatever. Mm-hmm. that is not necessarily hedonistic in itself.
No.
It could be, you know what? They're not in the best financial situation to take on the responsibilities of being a husband and a father. So they're like, you know what? I'm not dating. I'm leveling up. I'm working.
I wouldn't call that big towel though. At that point, that's more like, hey, I need to take some time.
Monk mode, fine. Yeah, monk mode. Guys going monk mode, right? Is them saying, hey, I'm stepping out of the dating game. You know, I'm working on myself. I'm just loving myself. I have no intentions. You know, maybe they're 50 years old and like, hey, I just don't want to get married. I don't want to have kids. I don't want to do that.
Right.
That to me is not hedonistic, right? That's
or they could say, hey, I had this time in my life.
Yeah,
this is now my time in life. And when we were talking to Father Joseph about it, you know, he said a lot of monks come from a kind of a debaucherous lifestyle where they were hedonistic, doing things strictly for pleasure, and then they get to that point where they need to change.
Yeah,
and so, you know, and he said a lot of times those are the type that really become monks. I mean, like true monks, because they're not worried about what they're missing out on, because they've already
experienced it.
They experience it. They know what they're saying no to. Right.
Yeah, it's like, you know, what Solomon says. You know, vanity, vanity, vanity. Everything is vanity. Right? They get to that point in life where like, I don't need to do this anymore. I don't need to indulge in this. There's no.
I ought not do this anymore. This is bad for me.
Yeah, it's bad for me. Not everybody's a hedon if they go.
And let's look at that for a second. So when we talk about hedonism, a lot of times people think that you're out to hurt other people, right? Or that you are inconsiderate of other people's feelings or whatever.
Yeah.
And certainly I do believe that's part of it, because really you're only concentrating on your own pleasure, and it's really hard, I think, to do both at the same time if you're truly doing it. And I wouldn't, you know, this is that kind of thing. Like we most of us know this exists. Most of us don't want to admit that it exists.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we're really we really don't talk about this out.
No, we don't. And we need to just now. I would say like dating multiple women is not hedonistic. Like if you're going out, if you're trying to figure out who you're going to settle down with, and if you're dating, let's say you have like 5 girls that you're casually dating, not committed. To me, that's not hedonistic.
So that's right. Okay, let's lay down some more ground terms. So if you are dating, which means that you are not courting,
not exclusive,
not banging, none of that. Getting to know, like you're coffee, dinner, home, you know, and you know maybe maybe
going to a concert with them,
maybe that ass out hug at the end of the night. You know what I mean? But right, if you're dating like 4 or 5 women in that way, I could kind of see. I mean, obviously the convention is
people
different,
can conflate dating to having sex.
People do conflate dating with having sex. In modernity, that's part of the.
And I think we need to separate.
That's why we're talking about this, because people are not capable.
Yeah, like people are conflating dating to having sex, and it's like, no, casual sex is one thing, and then it kind of merges over to dating, right? And
the casual sex is the hedonism.
Yeah, that would be the hedonistic aspect of it. But when you're dating,
especially if you're one of those men that are dating a woman or seeing a woman or just blatantly fucking a woman with absolutely no intent for this to go, you know, this is strictly pleasure. It's strictly
that would be
recreational use only. All of that. And that's where like
that's not dating. That's fucking.
That's where it starts getting like really bad. Yeah. I think it's bad for the person. I think it's bad for the I think it's bad for the dude. I think it's bad for the woman. I think it's bad for the people around them, because
if you're the guy engaging in this, right? Mm-hmm. You're saying you smashing is
the ultimate
goal, and that's a precedent over how that may affect her. So like, you know, guys are complaining about women's body count, right? And it's like, to me, it's just like, well, if you are fucking these women and not committing to them, then you are contributing to the very problem that you are complaining about.
Yes.
So it's like you can't have it both ways.
Right.
You know, you can't say, well, you know, Well, women need to keep their legs closed. Well, if you're not going to be giving them any attention because they're not keeping they're opening their legs for you, then what are they going to do? It's a catch-22 for them.
Right.
Oh, I want a virgin. Well, then stop trying to fuck all these bitches.
Right. And it's, so we really have to shine that spotlight on the hedonism that's going on in the world. And look, I'm not saying that if that's what you want to do, man, I mean, like, hey, brother, I get it.
No, I'm saying, like, hey, if that's what you want to do, then don't be bitching about the environment that you have, that we're in. Like, you can't say there's no marriageable women when you are contributing to the unmarriageable, degenerate of the woman.
Yeah.
Like, you're degrading her and you're making her unmarriageable, so you don't get to complain about it. Right. But then you got the guys like, well, women don't like me. They're not marriageable. Well, if women don't like you anyways,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because you're not even selected.
Yeah.
So you say, well, there's no marriageable women. You fall into the category of unmarriageable man in their book.
Right. So, and that's a great topic too. We'll have to talk about that because I think that like for me, and I've said this many times, I went through that period of my life where I was just I wasn't a good person. And I really was at least borderline, if not, hedonistic on many occasions. And it was a conscious decision for me. I just didn't want to ruin women that were marriageable. Right. So I went after the unmarriageable or the less.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Okay. Because we're getting to this point in society, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where, you have women in two categories. You have marriageable women, and then you have unmarriageable women, right?
I think there are more, but certainly we could start there.
Yeah. So let's say a guy's just engaging with unmarriageable women.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong? The argument would be, what's wrong with that? These women are
well. You're still, they're unmarriageable to you, but to somebody else, they may be gold-plated.
That's true.
And I think that's one of that's actually one of the problems I have with Red Pill. That's one of the problems I have with the MGTOW movement. That's one of the problems I have with all of these. A lot of these things. That woman's not worth marrying. Well, no, that's wrong. She has the potential to make somebody a great wife.
Well,
not you, right?
Make somebody a great wife? No. Because I think the Bible's really clear.
Right.
Like a woman, a great wife, right, or a noble wife is someone is rare. It's
very,
rare as
very
rubies.
specific. Yeah, very specific.
So she could be somebody's wife, a great wife.
Well, let's just say,
that's debatable.
A very loving wife, right? But these guys are running around saying, well, she's not even marriageable. And well, you were the one that made her that way.
Yeah,
that's maybe not her specifically, but
you contributed it. You contribute to the degeneracy of women, and then you're wondering why women are not marriageable. Well, it's like if you are being hedonistic, then you're like, fine, I'm retired. I want to be no more hedonistic. Now I want to find a marriageable woman. Well, you have contributed to the women's devaluing of society.
Sure.
Where do you get off to complain about women not being, because you only rewarded the bad behavior of women that you're now complaining about as bad behavior.
Yes.
So then why you don't get to sit here and say, well, all these women are whores and they're not marriageable. Well, you rewarded it. You rewarded it. You gave them,
slapped each other on the backs.
Yeah.
You and your boys were out there, right?
I mean, like,
and then the real tragedy is when men are at their peak, right? When they're at their top earning, at their top attractiveness, top all that, and they go out and play these games and they live that hedonistic lifestyle, and all of a sudden they wake up one day and they're like, why didn't that 21-year-old blonde come over here? Like, what's wrong? Well,
or you're mad that the 21-year-old blonde came over there and they wanted to get
with your buddy,
or attract resources from you.
Yeah. Well,
because here's the thing: if guys only show women that they're only good for resources, right? That guys are saying like, "Hey, look what I can provide you. Look at this, what I can provide you." They lead with their wallet, right? Look at the lifestyle I can, let you live in. Well, then you can't be mad at her for only wanting to
treating you like a wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's true. But even beyond that, like maybe I don't know, maybe you're mid 40s, middle management somewhere. You made all of the big money when you were able to live cheap. You've already spent all that.
Yeah.
And now, you're not as attractive to those women. And so now, who do you marry?
Well, yeah. now you want a woman to love you for you,
right?
But you didn't.
But you never put that work in.
You never put that work in for you, or you never loved them for them anyways. You love them for their looks. You love them for what they would do to you. You love them for what you could gain from them. And so this is where like when you talk about like the dating market today, both sides are hedonistic.
Sure.
Guys want hot chicks, right? Women want rich men, right? They're both hedonistic in the sense of what they could extract from the person.
Yeah, but so for women, I think hedonism is
it's different than it is for men.
It's far more. Yeah, the problem with that is that I think older women are that way. I think younger women can be that way because they're following example.
Yeah.
But I think younger women tend to really be all about the feeling, and they are the most hedonistic. I'm going to tell you right, like I used to think that men were the biggest hedonists.
No. I think women are always the biggest hedonists because everything for them is about feelings
and pleasure, and
they always say, "I want to be happy."
And that's why you see these guys who are out there like, "Well, I have a Ferrari, I have all of this stuff. Why don't these women? Why are they going for that dude over there?" Well, whatever he has trips her like pleasure center, right? Like it gives her that mental, it gives her the feeling, right?
Yeah.
And you don't, and for whatever reason you don't, and there's no changing that. And that point, that woman is being a pure hedonist.
Yeah, and men are,
and they will deny it. They will literally sit there and say, "No, that's not true. I'm not hedonistic. I'm a good girl. I'm a good, I whatever." No, you're
even the church girl practices hedonism.
Yeah, and I think that most of the time men get saddled with being hedonistic the most because it's very obvious when we're doing it.
Yeah, it's more about beauty, notch count, how many you could acquire, right? It's not so much about the value of the person, like their values, their character. It's more like, is she hot or not?
Right. We're very simple creatures.
We are simple monkeys. You know what I'm saying?
Eddie Murphy said it best. Men are very simple creatures.
But women's hedonism is more about the lifestyle that you could provide them, and
I
how
think
many
it
guys
becomes that way. But
how many guys that can provide them a lifestyle? Because women are not settling down either.
Yeah.
Right? They have this guy over here. They have this guy over here. They go on trips with this one.
Well, I will disagree. I think that women, older women, get that way because they are no longer able to get their own resources.
I think it's the other way around. I think younger women are. I think older women have sustained enough resources through their hedonism to where they could live a lifestyle that they want to live for the most part, and they want a guy to come in their life for fun, right? Like AJ's on Tinder. AJ's on Tinder. He's going around like looking through these Tinder, and I'm looking at all these profiles of them. And you got girls in their 40s.
Sure.
They have a great career, make six figures. I was like, I make six figures. I want a guy that makes six figures so we can enjoy life together. So she's at the point in her life where she's like, I already been hedonistic. I already did all this stuff. Now I want somebody that is my equal. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay.
Yeah, I guess maybe what I've seen is that the women who end up making six figures in their 30s or whatever are the women that didn't really do anything during their 20s and early 30s. They were basically like locked down into some sort of career or path, and then all of a sudden they wake up one day and they're like, "Holy shit! I make all this money and I can't buy buying more purses isn't making me happy. I need a dude." And I guess that's been my experience. I think everybody's experiences are a little different, but the reality of hedonism stays the same now. And at some point, you have to come out of it. You have to come out of being a hedonist. You've got to come out of this pleasure only mode. Out of whatever it is, using people, which I think is the biggest problem with hedonism that I have. Like if it's a two-way street, right? You guys enter into this knowing the score, right?
Yeah.
That's fine. The biggest problem I have with most hedonists is they lie. Oh yes, baby, we're gonna be forever together.
Well, it's that sneaky fucker game, right?
Yeah, it is the definition of the sneaky fucker game. That's exactly true.
Like, because I think if guys are like straight up with them, like, hey, like, I ain't Mr. Right, I'm Mr. Right now.
Yeah.
You know, like that's
Right.
different. Like he's being blunt and honest with them and letting the girl decide. Is he still being hedonistic? Yes, but the woman gets to decide if she wants to be hedonistic with him.
Right. Well, it's more of a eye opener, right? But you have to come out of that at some point.
Hold on, real quick. AJ, can you come read these comments? Because we're getting comments. AJ's gonna read the comments because I see a bunch of comments in the chat going up. Yeah, cool.
Oh, dog's already mad.
Which one's on there? Yeah, you got one now.
Do we have super? Okay, who gifted memberships?
Oh, we got at MW177 or at MW.777 gifted Glenn one membership.
Thank you for doing that. Any like decent comments in the chat?
You on both sides. I don't know if they're coming from Brid's side or Glenn's side. Top.
Well, you are picking up in the audio, by the way.
Why is this not?
This person's got a long one right here.
What does it say?
This is from El Perro.
El Perro.
766. Look through the entire history of societal living, and you will find that society, country, nation lasted an average time span and it fell. Success leads people in mass to each of them. Anyone has a little story there? He's got a couple more follow-ons, I think. Before we get there, I won the terrible. Said great. He lost a lot of weight. Good job. Or thumbs up.
Cool.
And back to El Perro's thing. The very downfall of every nation is the effect of hedonism in nature, seeking comfort and convenience. Research Devon's paradox. In my opinion, only, of course, do not believe me. And following on, yes, personal pleasure, aka comfort and convenience. Back to Ian. Glenn, where is Pearl Lyman Skinner?
Pearl's in Dallas. She's in Dallas.
El Perro, don't know if I can get it up and anything done with this topic. Epic, people need to hear this. What does hedonism mean? Then I hit I put it back in the chat again. So hedonism means the belief that pleasure and happiness is the highest good and main goal in life. It comes from the ancient Greek word for hedon, which means pleasure. And J.K. Fuentes said Rick Stars calls it chasing the dragon. That's like a kind of a drug reference too, like with people on opiates, they're always chasing that dragon again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Lobster GPT said someone or just for fun.
And let's see what else.
El Parrot's actually.
Yeah. He's.
El Perro is really good at it.
I argue that my life is pleasurable, and that what people think today is pleasurable is more so comfort and convenience of technology. Imagine if there was a one world government somewhere here. This internet is the biggest small community where everyone feels connected and are in fact seeking the very same comforts and convenience.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I got to the point where I've used the internet to, yes, have your parasocial relationships, but they have become like real interpersonal relationships later on. Like me and Glenn, that's how we met.
Sure.
Yep. Me and Grid met online too.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a day that a man was desirable for his ethics and work habits. The big, strong men are not necessarily always good looking. These men want beautiful women. It's a testament to that. It is all. Continuing with bell dollar sign, dollar sign, dollar sign, dollar sign. And those comforts and convenience. Men no longer have to word so physical. So I think it's saying works.
Work like physical labor jobs.
Because of tech, that takes a lot of the labor duties, and women no longer have to be beautiful because makeup.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong there.
Not wrong. It's a good comment.
Yeah.
So I don't know this is for either one of you guys from DJN 1200S. You don't work with Michael Sharkstein, aka did you? I'm Air Force pilot anymore.
Michael Sartain. No, I'm cool with Michael Sartain. Like, I don't have problems with him.
So you and Jude did an interview with him last one.
Yeah, we did an interview with him in January.
Uncle Guns. Most males are raised by weak parents to be special. They go into the world to find that they're not special. Now the only way they can feel special is to find a special woman that does not exist.
That's a good one.
Agree. Yeah, that's a good one. Really right.
My parents made me think I was a pile of shit, and they're weak parents. They did pretty good at that job. Arctic Wolf, I'm not gonna pull up. They just said they want a good night of sleep and a hot meal. I'll agree with that one. Aparo. Women want men for what they can provide through comfort and convenience, which makes them happy. Men want women for what they can provide through comfort and convenience, which makes them happy.
Yep. And that's both hedonistic, you know.
Neither are in traditional roles of ethics and true family structure. No longer do people put their house in order. They're distracted by technology. Ted Kaczynski even spoke along those lines. For those who don't know, Ted Kaczynski was the Zodiac killer, right?
I believe so.
Was it the bomber?
No. Unabomber was
Kaczynski.
No, McVeigh.
No, Unabomber was.
Unabomber.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's Oklahoma. That's Oklahoma City bomber.
Yeah. Unabomber was Uncle Ted.
Yeah, he spoke along the lines of the Javon's paradox. Sage Outcast X. Is it wrong? What's wrong?
He's
Is he trolling?
He just, when he sees I'm live, especially during the day, he'll pop on and just say wrong. He's I don't know. I wouldn't say he's a moron, but he's very.
I'm not gonna say he's a moron, but he's a moron.
he's a special guy.
Carol again. Think about this. Why is foster care so prevalent? Did you know that foster care itself is technology?
Yeah.
Yeah, in a way.
It is.
Yeah.
Foster care is an interesting thing because you would think that it works better than it does.
I don't know. There's so many horror stories about foster care.
Yeah.
It's one.
But on the surface, it sounds like the best thing ever.
Yeah, that's like you could do like a whole 8-hour podcast on that alone.
I think it used to be a yearly thing for the news stations to do a week-long special on foster care and the abuses of foster care and all of that.
Yeah. Uncle Guns, I will forever standing ovation applaud a woman who extracts everything they can from every male they can. I can never blame women for society ever.
Exactly. You really can't. Here's the thing. You can blame them for their bad behavior.
Yeah.
And you could hold them accountable for their bad behavior. But it's different than the way you hold men accountable. You have to hold women accountable to their station. Women are reactive. So if women are going to be reacting to the environment that they're in, and if men are being hedonistic, if men are just saying, hey, I just want you for your fucking ass and your titties, right?
And I'm going to throw you away in 5 years.
Exactly. Then the women are going to be like, shit. Well, in order to survive, since this man is not going to be honorable, let me extract as many resources as I can from him.
Yeah.
So once he leaves, I have enough to sustain myself.
Yeah.
And so it goes back to who's wrong here first, right? It goes back to, well, if men weren't so hedonistic, would women be hedonistic? And I don't think a woman could be hedonistic if a man wasn't so hedonistic.
Mm-hmm. I think they feed into each other.
Yeah.
I don't think there's one's more or one's less. It's just,
but I would say, well, men lead, women are reactive. So women are reacting to the men that they are around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the stumbling block here is that men ought to be more analytical, ought to be more or less feelings based. Hedonism is feelings based. I mean, let's just be honest. It's just strictly about what gives you pleasure right that minute.
So you're saying hedonism is feminine?
Yeah.
That
was the whole point of this. Is that
you're not gonna like the next one of the next comments I'm gonna pull up, man.
What?
Okay.
So Arctic Timberwolf, Adam Guns, thanks. Pursuit of happiness. Hey, yep, the American founders were hedonists. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
They're not wrong.
Life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness.
By the definition, if you want to get like super layman technical, yeah.
Well, you also got to think about it. They were hedonists because the Protestant Reformation alone was what you could say very hedonistic in itself. They were rejecting the things of the church, and they wanted to establish their own thing because how they felt. This will be better for us. This will bring us pleasure if we were able to do church in this way.
I think devil's advocate with that. The founder or the first real settlers of the country that eventually became part of the founders, they were all Puritans. Puritans are pure as fuck.
But they're still practicing hedonism.
Like hedonism.
No, there's different forms of hedonism, and so that's the difference. Remember, the definition is whatever gives them pleasure. Yeah. So it could be pleasurable to them to shame other people.
Right. So right. So that could be hedonistic. Yeah. So here's the thing: playing video games for 6 hours at a stretch is hedonistic.
Paying my model 6 hours at a stretch hedonistic?
Could be. Yeah. There you go. So, but if it's, I mean, and we're being a little bit tongue in cheek with this, but the reality is I don't have a problem saying that to some degree the founding fathers were hedonistic. Although I would say that when they're saying life, liberty, and a pursuit of happiness, what they're talking about is being a responsible, productive member of society where you are able to have the things that you want and a good life, which is.
But that's not taken away from society at the same time.
Yeah.
Go a little forward. We got from World War debate. Well, look who it is. WWV contender Glenn Lawrence.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Uncle Gun says World War debate. Welcome us.
You guys, stay tuned for August 13th. You will see my debate on World War debate, where I debate should military service be a prerequisite to vote. And then in the debate, I push it to saying, should national service be a prerequisite to vote? And the national service, the umbrella of that is an umbrella term for like military service, FEMA, social services, law enforcement, firefighters, first responders, those type of things. So it's an interesting debate. I know I won because I was debating the Canadian. But make sure you guys tune into that. It's coming out August 13th. And I need your guys' votes to see if I won.
Or a couple more before I go calm down the dog.
All right, what else we got?
From J.K. Fiorti, hedonism is gay-coded, the inability to control your desires and penetrate in a hole you see.
Gay-coded, that's pretty
gay-coded.
That's pretty good. Well, the gays are kind of feminine, so.
El Perro, back to him. Grit spot on, men in their emotions, beta cut corporate males, very few like Grit. That's why I appreciate his views. A man that is doing all the ethics on his own work.
Yep.
I mean, I think that's the biggest reality is that, and that's where I kind of wanted to go with this. I'm glad we got there because I think hedonism is at its. I think hedonism at its base is feminist. It is feminine and is very easily twisted into being feminist, and actually leads right into feminism.
It does, but hedonism. Anything with the ism is bad in my opinion. You
got the tisms.
If you got the ism like feminism, Marxism, racism, you're prioritizing something above the greater good of society. If you ask me,
I don't know if I go that far, but definitely, you see the more masculine a man is in general, the less hedonistic he is, because he's no longer looking for his pleasure. He's looking at his responsibilities. He's looking at his the impact he has on the world. He's looking at all of these things, and sure, pleasure is is part of that, but it's not the main focus.
Yeah,
He's not
it's not prioritized. Again, that's what I'm saying.
to the detriment of everything else.
Well, like when I said, like, anything with the ism puts that above what's the betterment of society. So feminism puts women's wants and desires over what's better for society. Like, is what women want better for like abortion, no fault divorce, all these things, is that good for society? No, but women want that. So
yeah, but I mean, when we're talking about hedonism,
you can't say that feminism is not hedonism.
oh, definitely, feminism is hedonism. I mean, back up. Hedonism and acting hedonistic
are two different things. They go hand in hand, but they're different.
But at the root of them is, I believe, a very feminine mindset.
I think it's a very selfish mindset, a very solipsistic mindset. It's a me over we.
Well, but all right, so maybe, but you could say the same thing about the guy who goes out and builds a company. It's all about me. Now, he's not doing that for pleasure. He's doing that for his, for his obligations, his responsibilities, or whatever.
But he's able to reach his pleasure by building that company to facilitate the lifestyle that he has.
The pleasure is not the main thing.
No, it's not the main thing.
With hedonism, pleasure has to be the main thing.
Yeah.
So that's why it's
okay. So
feminine.
we can say like the isms are. It's a subsection of.
Yeah, I don't know if we can use the isms, but here, let's draw this out. If we have, let's just look at what I would consider what a truly masculine man, patriarchal man would do, is going to concentrate on his family, on building himself up, on doing all of these things, even when they're uncomfortable, even when he derives no pleasure from it, even when it may mean losing something to better himself or better his family's his position. And at the same time, that gives him pleasure. But the pleasure is not the focus. The focus is the responsibility. The focus is the idea of these people are dependent upon me. He's thinking outside of himself. Mm-hmm. I think so. Let me break this down further. I think that selfishness and hedonism go hand in hand because you really only think about yourself.
Yeah.
And that all ties into this very feminine package.
So you're saying man being selfish is feminine?
Yeah, I think so. I think because
I think I could agree with that better than saying morality is feminine.
Yeah, I find morality to be neither feminine nor masculine.
Well, the way that you just defined selfishness being feminine, mm-hmm. When you're selfish, you're not acting moral. It's me. You don't care how it affects other people, right? So morality has to be masculine.
I think I could make the argument that if you were being like, if you were selfishly protecting something, because it's in your interest, but it's also in the interest of everyone else, that is a moral thing to do. But your base reason may not be the most moral reason.
Yeah, but it's still moral.
It's a moral dilemma.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I just don't think that you can get. I don't think that when you're being hedonistic, you are acting in the feminine and not the masculine. Even though most people think that being hedonistic is a very male trait.
Well, just because we see males exhibiting it in a way, we see males exhibiting it in a way that
makes good press.
Yeah,
let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Like calling a woman a hedonist is like nobody wants to hear that shit. They'd rather call her a slut or a whore. But it's much easier to call a man a hedonist.
Yeah, and actually, I think a man being a hedonist is equal to a woman being a slut or a whore.
I agree.
Because
it's equal but different. Because
it's equal but different. It's like, if you label a guy a hedonist, is just as bad as calling a woman a slut or whore.
Yeah, so a woman being a slut is doing it for her pleasure. So that's almost even.
That's hedonism, right?
Yeah, that's almost even, right?
Mm-hmm.
A woman being a whore is doing it for money. So that's who knows.
It's still hedon because she's doing it for the pleasure that the money provides her.
Possibly.
right? The lifestyle.
Unless
or,
she's giving you the money. And then she's
well, if she's giving me the money, then it's not hedonistic. It's just doing her goddamn job. No, I'm kidding.
That's a good conversation to have because I think people use these words a lot without really knowing the meaning. Debauchery is one of my favorite. Oh, you're being a debaucherous bastard or whatever. Like, or that. Oh, he's engaged in all of this debauchery. Like, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about right now?
Yeah.
Oh, there he's out, banging 8 women. Well, maybe that's debauchery. I don't know.
It's hedonistic for sure.
It's definitely hedonistic. It might be debauch. It might raise to that level, right?
Yeah.
But is he like abusing them? Is he taking their virtue? Maybe they didn't have any virtue left. Maybe they came into that situation. They didn't have any virtue. I don't know. You're gonna have to give me more information on this before me I can make that determination.
Well, we try to label people because it's easier to try to come up to a conclusion.
I know words are hard.
Yeah,
words are hard.
Like we try to label them and then like, oh, they're this or they're that. It's
Yeah.
like, well, you could act hedonistic but not be a hedon.
Yeah.
You could act debaucherous but not be somebody that is debaucherary. You know what I mean? Like you have moments of it, but that doesn't make you said thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so in the totality of it, like, okay, let's say you met your wife at a bar and you were, flirting with all a bunch of women and, you happen to find your wife and could you say, oh, I met my wife when I was, being hedonistic? Well, was that a bad thing?
I mean, it's hard. So I don't know. Certainly, I think you ought to have some reservations.
Sure.
Right.
Let's say you met your wife. Like,
all right, I got one.
All
So
right.
I have a friend of mine goes down to Florida for spring break in college.
This is not me. This is not me.
Not you. This guy's taller than you. And so he goes down to Florida, meets his future wife at a wet T-shirt contest in Daytona Beach, Florida. And he's like,
I saw them titties and she won the wet t-shirt conference.
she won. Yeah,
and I said,
I don't know if she
"She
won,
is
but
my
she was
wife."
in it. I don't know if she won, but she was in it.
That is funny.
And so he's like, yeah, we started talking, and one thing led to another, and and we got 2 kids and been married 20 odd years. Like
It's like, as soon as I saw the water hit that t-shirt, I knew I thought she was the one.
And so I mean, did the hedonism lead to the rest? I don't know. I mean, it feels like it did, right?
It kind of seems like it paid off.
But
But like, I think when we're talking about hedonism, we're talking about people who are doing it with, I would say, more
bad intention.
Yeah, malicious intent, right? Like they're doing
Or no intent.
with no intent. Yeah, they're not doing it like, hey, I'm not looking for a wife. I'm looking for a plaything. Like I'm looking.
I'm not looking for a Mrs. I'm looking for a Mrs. right now.
Yeah. I'm not Mr. Right. I'm Mr. Right now. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Yeah. So and certainly, I think most men will go through this. I think almost all women go through this in modernity.
Yeah.
Especially if you're living in a, as we were talking earlier, coastal city. If you live in a major city, even Nashville, for example.
You know what? I gotta say this on camera. There's so many gays
in this area,
in Nashville. I'm not lying to you.
So you got to go that way, bro.
like there is a gay coffee shop right here in the corner.
This man literally, like, I don't know how he booked. I don't know.
I didn't even book this place. Okay, hey Jay.
I don't know how.
You got some explaining to do.
I don't know how he booked
Why
this
do we end up in the
Airbnb.
gay part of town?
But he's been literally. You are in the art barn, hippie, gay part of town. Like, what are you even doing over here? Like fairgrounds, like that way. Like, what do you like? This is crazy.
I blame this man right here. This man is to blame for.
He gated up. He gated up for us.
It was a good deal.
It was a good deal. There's a reason it was a good deal.
I didn't know it was in the gay neighborhood. Okay.
Instead of
coffee's not bad over there though.
Instead of body wash, there's lube.
Right. Probably.
My room is full of fucking strap-ons. It's fucking crazy.
I didn't need to know that at all.
That's why I'm on the couch, bro. That's why I'm on the couch.
But I mean, it's yeah. I mean, that's a small community, but densely packed into
Bro,
one
even
area.
downtown. Even though I was walking downtown, I was like, oh my god! Like the faggy lights are everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, like the social lights.
So are the bridesmaids.
The bridesmaids.
They're off the chain.
So today,
they are off the chain.
After this live stream, we're going downtown, and I'm going to be asking, women questions like, do you guys think feminism has impacted dating?
Are you gonna do a man on the street?
Yeah, I'm doing man on the street.
Right.
I got the batteries charging over there. We're gonna do it later on this evening. But all right, what else do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
All right, so we were both involved in a big thing yesterday.
Oh man, what a fucking train wreck.
All right, so
I know you kind of got some resolution to the things you wanted to get a resolution to. I don't need a resolution. I don't really give a shit.
This is what I was pointing out. The character flaw. Okay, here's the character flaw. You lied about said thing existing 9 months ago. Said thing surfaces. Now you're confronted with it. You try to lie about it. Then you acknowledge that you did it. Right? But then your excuse is, well, they were in an open marriage. Well, if you're against pornography, if you're against all these things that you're championing, right? To get rid of porn, to ban porn, then you sending porn. Even if you say it's 3 years ago, I'm sure I could go back on my lives and go back 3 years when he was saying that. So then you lied about it 9 months ago. What makes us think that since you lied about it, that you actually stand for that position that you say you have today? There's nothing.
Yeah, I'm not going to get too wrapped around the axle on this. I kind of said most of what I had to say yesterday. I think that
it's the principle to me.
It is. There's a real principle here.
I always base my issues on principle. And me and you have gone back and forth on this all the time. And you've even said the one thing that Glenn is consistent when he talks about the principle.
Very consistent about the principle. So I guess where I'm at on it is, look, you got the resolution that you needed to the thing that you needed. Hopefully that works out, and I don't have to pay Flow State
to me, actually, everybody thinks that, like, I wanted to prove when I confronted him that he wasn't about that, and he wasn't about it because he made excuses. Oh, we couldn't do it there. Fine. I said, well, you're in town. We could do it anywhere. Well, I didn't do it because you had a gun. Well, now it's going back to Texas. Guns are allowed in Texas. Guns are allowed in Florida.
Yeah.
Guns are allowed in pretty much every state.
Yeah.
So what's there's no excuse.
Yeah.
No excuse.
I don't know. Again, I whatever.
To me, I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm being honest right now. I'm thinking.
I'm sliding further and further into your camp. I have been, like, team, this is gonna happen. And
and it's not going to happen because I don't want it to happen, or because Glenn is not going to.
Well, I like to think people have balls. No, seriously, honestly, if I say I'm going to be somewhere, look, every time I've said I'm going to be somewhere, I'm there, unless I have to whatever. Like
let's talk about the whole him trying to say I'm running.
No, I don't want to talk about it. But
because I didn't run from it.
Yeah, but look, the thing is, every time I say I'm going to be somewhere, I'm there. If I have a problem, I communicate the exact cause of the problem, what we're going to do about it. And I feel like everybody operates that way, right? I feel like that
everybody should operate.
Yeah, most people operate that way. I feel like most people operate that way. I am very often disappointed because people don't actually operate that way, and even when I'm trying to pay them, like I'm trying to buy a business right now, and the guys just don't email back, and I'm like, I'm getting fucking tired of this guy.
Hey, Greg, do you want me to email you?
Yeah. No, you're good. I know you know how to email. But I just, at this point, I don't see I guess I'm also one of those people that if I just don't see the utility in it, and you've known that for a couple of years now, I don't see the utility in it. I don't really see the point. Look, things are the way they are. That whatever is going to happen is going to happen. I I don't want to pay Flo $500, but if I have to, I will.
I want to save you from paying Flo $500.
And I would like to. I'd like to have that happen, so that
I think this is a better deal. Like, Gibbs is getting it sanctioned.
Yeah.
There's a safety mechanism of there's no legal issues there.
Yeah. And this is, the way he's got it tied down, he's got two organizations. He's got two organizations that have everything set up, ready to go. They've got rules. It's state approved.
Yep.
You can be full contact. Basically, as long as it's legit, it's legit. As far as knockouts or anything like that. And so it's all, they're not going to let anybody in with weighted gloves or anything.
Everybody thinks like, oh, me fighting him is the resolution. That's not the resolution I wanted. The resolution that I wanted out of all this was him to admit that he lied. And that right there exposes a character flaw. And so let me ask you questions on this, because people don't realize that, like, or they like, oh, he jumped ship. What made you part ways with Easy on all that, with everything?
I kind of went into this yesterday with a little bit with Beth, and then it got, whatever, that turned into just such a train wreck. But so my history with Easy was, I wasn't really sure about him. I wasn't sure I liked him or not, but he was cool, and so I was cool. You two guys seem to have a rapport, communicated, and we're cool with each other. Then the whatever thing happened. I think there was maybe a little bit of tension there before, but I didn't really care about it. But then the whatever thing happened, and all of the, the idea that, talking to somebody on the street is somehow makes you a pedo or something, that was weird, and that annoyed me. And you two guys were handling it pretty well, and he was kind of, I think it was fine. And more or less, I was still going over there, still, talking and doing verbal combat and doing all that kind of stuff. But where it went off the rails for me, was a couple of things. I started my show then, and he came at me on that, made fun of me, talked shit. And then, it was just odd that, shit could be talked about me, but if I said something, it was like a big deal. Okay, that's fine. It's a typical behavior of certain people. It's fine. And I really didn't care. And then, of course, then the Sarah thing happened, and he DM'd me, and Flo's got all of the things on it where he just went batshit crazy in my DMs, and told me couldn't trust me and all that kind of thing, which is hilarious, because basically everybody knows they can trust me, and then I really didn't care anymore, right? And then I still don't. The aggravation that we had with over this last deal, where I was really truly pissed, was when I thought that Andrew had been put in a situation to ask me to move my event.
Yeah.
Right. Like that was that, and I was wrong about that. I've said that I was wrong about that. I don't think he did that. I think Andrew did actually do it on his own. Like, that didn't occur. I mean, honestly, I feel like I made a logical conclusion. It's a wrong conclusion. Is what it is. So that's kind of where the thing, and and I just don't react well to bullshit, really. I'm kind of a dick that way, and and it's fun. The lying, the whole thing with Trippy Cast. Like, I actually I don't know that I believed in Lotion Gate. I thought it was funny. Obviously, I think everybody thought it was funny. But now, I think enough people that I trust have said this is real and that they have seen it for me to positively say that it's, without having seen it, and I don't want to see it, that it's real, that he lied, And Trippy was right. Flow State was right.
Mm-hmm.
All those people were right. Everybody that was like Flow State lied. No, he didn't. Flow State didn't lie. Trippy didn't lie. Now Trippy's an asshole, right? Trippy could have handled it a lot better. But that's okay. It's okay for Trippy to be an asshole.
Well, I thought Trippy handled it pretty well because he didn't.
Considering everybody was calling him a liar. Yeah, I mean, sure. But I'm saying,
when you're trying to attack somebody's credibility, and this is even worse. This is the character flaw that I find even worse. You did wrong. Instead of owning that you did wrong, you're trying to assassinate the character of people who have not done the wrong thing.
Well, I would say that
almost like by any means necessary. I'm going to clear my name, even if it means this is hedonistic, very hedonistic, by the way. I'm going to destroy other people to clear my name from people not believing the truth.
Yeah,
that is hedonistic.
So I wouldn't say that I've not done anything. I certainly have done things wrong, but I don't think. I mean,
I'm not saying you haven't.
Someone would have to point to me and say, "Hey, you did this wrong, and you should have done this instead, and this would have made this a lot." But somebody would have to be able to point that out. Nobody's been able to.
But what I'm getting at is like when you know you're lying about it, and then you're attacking the credibility and trying to do a character assassination on someone who's not lying, but you know you're lying. To me, that's hedonistic.
I don't know.
Because saving your name is your pleasure, so therefore it is hedonistic.
Yeah, Anonymous basically says he said he's just popping by. Says after seeing yesterday Glenn versus Easy, the whole panel made themselves look stupid and liable. I missed that. I caught the tail end of it, and I told them to shut the fuck up because they were saying a bunch of stupid ass shit. He says you have a big heart, and somehow there's contempt and bitterness against Easy planted in and fed by third parties, making him act something not calm and senseless. I don't know if I can.
I don't know if that means
I can resolve. I don't know if I can resolve that, but certainly, if there may be.
Hey, Jay. We'll get our reader. Our reader.
Sorry, guys, I'm being very bad faith right now. Well, not bad faith, but bad acting.
Can we go through the super chats? I don't know where we're at.
Now that the dog's mad again.
Yeah. Grid Secret Love Child.
It's Anson Knowles.
I challenged Glenn to an arm wrestling match. I'm practicing with Speakeasy. You must be fucking dominating that shit. My forearm is picking Speakeasy's upper arm.
Mm-hmm.
That's
funny. Anson Knowles got us again.
The American founders said that hedonism is God-given and inalienable right. Boy, were they dumb.
That's kind of funny.
Your best debate was with Destiny when all you did was say "Coon" instead of all the debate BS. Didn't you run up and call him like a Coomer Gremlin?
Yeah, I called him a Coomer Gremlin.
Grackle -US said, can you be hedonistic without being flawed in some other way? Like gluttony or greed seems to go hand in hand with it.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, I think you're. I mean, I think it's possible if you confine your hedonism to like sexual pleasure, probably, but nobody ever does.
Well, that's still idolatry.
I don't know if it's idolatry.
Yes, because you're putting
the pussy on
the
pedestal.
Secret Love Child. So hedonism. If it feels good, do it.
That's right.
Pretty much.
Back to El Perro. It says, I never put what my companion wants above what is needed, nor do I put what I want above what is needed. We both put in 100%
Yeah.
We both are still learning, we're still learning to perfect our roles. Please forgive us when we falter.
No, that's good.
I like actually use the word companion to a partner too. Fucking hate that. Grackle US says, seems just like a revocation of discipline.
Yeah.
It's a denial of discipline.
Yeah, it's a rejection of discipline.
Although some hedonists can be very disciplined in acquiring and maintaining it and all of that.
I apologize to stream hear my dog coming through. Arctic Timberwolves, any masses of people who place betterment of their society above their own family is a moron.
Yep.
Agreed, yeah.
Great. Secret Love Channel. Glenn, hair looks extra tight today. Can I interest you in some folic relaxation cream?
I don't have hair plugs, yeah.
I think he meant follicle.
Or follicle?
Is this my real hair? I don't have hair plugs.
It's not Myron Gaines.
Oh, shots fired. Shots fired live.
Brownie, Netta, 1189. Women are people and shouldn't be under a man's rule. My dad was horrific and selfish. He's never given my brother $5. Conversation.
Who said that?
Brown Win Panetta or Panetta, 1183 or 89.
Is that in your chat?
Oh, no.
That sounds like one of your guys saying that.
They can do on. More men are addicted to porn statistically.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's hedonism.
Mainly because we can now have statistics on that.
God, man, that's just going for you guys. Men are people and shouldn't be under a woman's rule. My mom was horrific. $5 conversation is delightful. That's
fucking
shots
answer.
fired.
Answer.
Parent, you raise your own children to be great people, and orphan peers, do you raise them the same way? The problem with foster care, people no longer raise their children to be great people.
Yeah.
They raise them to look great in the eyes of the public, cult of personality, and live in color. Listen to it until you hear it. Oh, dude, I love that song and that album. The Golden Personality by Live in Color. It came out in 89.
Mm-hmm.
You love porn. Oh, here she comes. The person again. I'm assuming it's she. The Bronwyn Panetta, 1183. I'm 52. My 72-year-old dad has been selfish. I don't have to speak to him. My dad has never done anything for my brother. Often selfless man.
Oh, I'm sorry you have a shitty dad.
Yeah. El Perro, you cannot act up the part of Jack the Ripper in a movie. That does not make you Jack the Ripper. And Grid's Secret Love Child. Replies over to them again. Daddy issues.
This is so funny.
Oh, I think it's bad. It's Lobster GPT says, you have sex more than 3 times, you have to marry a 304. If you had sex almost married a 304.
This is true. I know.
We're to a note. Okay, great. Secret Love Child. You should start an OnlyFans. That's how women with daddy issues usually go.
He must be over on your channel now.
No.
He was on mine.
Mindless. She said to him.
What'd she say?
She's saying this is mindless.
I don't have
a bunch of like shock face emoji.
That must be in your chat because I don't have it on mine.
El Perro, women dealt with cavemen, with cave life until men started building structures through reason and logic. Those structures went through technological advances, and over time, they provide more comfort and convenience.
Mm-hmm.
Anson again.
And then the woman sued the man and took the keys.
The philosophical world.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hedonism is the fleshlight of the philosophical world.
Grackle, would you say everyone who lives only in the present and does not think about the future is all hedonistic or adjacent to it? I think it feels similar but different.
What was that again?
Lives only in the present.
Doesn't think about the future at all is hedonistic or adjacent to it.
I think living in the future is more hedonistic.
Oh no. I don't think so. If you're living in the present, saying this is what I need to do right now to survive, right? and to advance society or whatever. It's not necessarily hedonistic. Hedonism is doing things for pleasure.
Only for pleasure.
Only for pleasure.
Or with that as the main component.
Yeah.
Alvaro, now we have women demanding more comforting advances because they know it is possible that alone is the problem with knowledge. Some use it with reason and logic, and most use it with emotions.
And here's the thing. Do you know why women are more hedonistic than men? In my opinion,
They can be.
Well, they can be, but men also sell it.
We also allow it.
We sell it and we allow it. We promote it.
It's the marketing campaign.
Yeah, like,
always back to the market.
It's always look at this lifestyle I can provide you.
Yeah.
Don't you want this lifestyle? Oh, this lifestyle will provide you happiness and pleasure, right? So we sell it. We market it.
Anonymous, Grid just short popping by despite recognizing some tasks are behind. Seen yesterday, Glenn versus Easy, the whole panel made themselves look stupid and liable. You missed that. Follows up with
by mere moments.
Yeah, Glenn has a big heart, and somehow there's contempt and bitterness against Easy planted in and fed by third parties, making him act not common senseless.
I don't know where me pressing him
on
the truth is me being senseless.
I don't know that there are third parties here.
There's no third party. It's literally his words.
I think you.
Any of the $10 super chat money you guys do from Great Secret Love Child again. Hedonism is like needing to satisfy your hungry. OnlyFans just provides 4 hungry men with an all-you-can-eat visual buffet. It's like giving Diet Coke to a starving child.
Yeah. It's bad. You need calories to survive.
Guns. Men became weak males. Weak males prioritize 30 minutes to spend with a female more than they value the other 23 and a half hours of the day with themselves. Guns 2017.
Yep.
Arnonis, sorry, connection lost. The bad part was before you came on. Intern critique and ask, so what? He's a hypocritical and liar, not successful. So what? Anyhow, I watch this here later on. See you. Have fun.
Have a good day.
Yeah. Who is? Oh, is that internal critique or intern critique?
Right.
Pretty sure it's abbreviated for internal critique.
And ask, so what?
Yeah,
I do that. I mean, he is hypocritical and liar. That's true.
Whose house Leonard read and Greg's talking in the chat. So I think I had to comment out.
Yeah.
All right. So let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
If you are operating on this is what pleases me, this is what I want for pleasure, and it conflicts with what is good for society, then you're acting immorally. Would you say that?
I don't know that I would, mainly because I don't know that what is good for society is actually moral.
Well, I think what is good for society is always going to be moral, right? The betterment of society is going to be like the betterment of our nuclear families, our, community.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a tough argument to make. I mean, like Hitler thought killing a bunch of specific people was better for society, and it certainly was not moral. It was not moral,
but it was a moral move for his society. Does morality have to be moral for all parties involved? Does it have to be beneficial?
I think the definition of moral is. I think by definition it needs to. If it's moral, it means that
it just means it's good, right?
No, moral is better.
It's good for society.
Yeah, I don't.
Like, okay, when we say that,
and that's actually one of the big problems I have with a lot of things people are saying now. And actually, it's interesting you use that because it's like one of the things that is being said now. It's very, very popular for junior grade debaters to say is, if you had the power, would you ban all porn?
No.
And then Then when they say,
See, like I wouldn't. Like, I would find the power. I wouldn't ban all drugs. I wouldn't ban all porn. I wouldn't. God gave free will to give you to choose. So you should be able to choose if you want to do porn or not do porn.
Right.
But you shouldn't be able to avoid the consequences of it. And I think what's immoral is removing people from the consequence of their actions.
So I was watching, and I can't remember whose channel it was the other day. It was hilarious. So I was watching, and it's probably been like a couple of months actually. But this guy gets asked, he's like, "Would you ban all porn?" And the guy is like, "Yeah, I would." He's like, "Why?" He's like, "Well, because we just make new stuff, and the old stuff's, we don't care about the old stuff anymore. I need some fresh porn." I thought that's actually not a bad answer. Yeah, I mean, I've already seen all that. So
he's like, I want some new stuff. I want some robots now.
Yeah,
because think about it. Like,
it's a pretty insane answer, but it's clever. It's very clever.
You think about this, like if God wanted to ban all sin, he could do that, but he didn't ban sin.
Right.
He gives you the choice of,
which is interesting that man keeps trying to ban sin.
Well, men are trying to be God.
That's interesting, right?
A lot of this morality push, is like men trying to be little gods.
I don't think it's morality. I think it's Puritanism.
That's Puritanism dressed up as morality, right? And they're trying to be gods.
Yeah, wearing a fake uniform.
Yeah, it's like perfect example. Ban all porn. Porn is bad, but then I'm going to send a jerk off video to a married woman. That right there, it's like
that's bad.
It's bad.
Walked into that one.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
sorry. Yeah. All right. But let's say ban all porn. I can get behind that. I mean, I could if I thought that it would work.
But it wouldn't work.
But now we're making an entire this is like, so how are you going to ban it? Well,
if society voted to ban it, if the society collectively said, "Hey, we don't want this anymore," I'm all for that. Right. But as a man, as like a dictator to try to unilaterally impose my will on people's lives, that's not letting them operate in free will.
Well, and I think that that in and of itself wouldn't be moral, but beyond that, so we can use that with basically anything, right? So we're gonna ban all cars.
Yeah, because the emissions are bad for the ozone.
A lot of people die in cars every year.
Yeah.
More people die from car accidents than porn.
I've never heard anybody dying from.
I'm sure it's happened.
I'm sure somebody's beat their meat to their heart exploded before, but I have never heard of it. And how did he die, Stiff?
I mean, I'm sure dudes have heart attacks all the time.
I'm just saying. I've
never
read about it. Don't know about it. I'm sure there's I'm sure there's a case study out there, like men over.
Do not send me the case study.
Men over age 65 who have diabetes have a higher chance of dying from porn ejaculation.
Men over 30 should not do that. I mean, it's an interesting quandary, right? Like, if you could do it, would you? And so and we go back to hedonism, and all of the bullshit that surrounds. The way people act and live in society. Well, I don't know that I could ban or would be willing to ban this behavior.
I would say, like, if people want to go back to decency laws, because like there was this bar.
Well, decency law is a whole different subject.
But like you can say engaging in pornography or distributing of porn. So maybe banning porn, like people making videos, not illegal, but making the distribution of said thing. Make that illegal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look. And
then you can do that.
So,
because that would fall under decency laws. It's indecent to have these material, because it shouldn't fall under the First Amendment. But it would be indecent to have this material floating around, right? If you wanted to go that route, sure, I could agree with you.
I don't know. I'm not. I guess I'm fairly apathetic about the subject because I don't believe that there is an answer. It's like I dislike laws that there's no real answer to, and we're just flailing about.
So then you agree with like there should not be like drug laws,
right? Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I think
I agree.
Charging.
My problem is that if you want to kill yourself,
do it. I'm not going to stop you.
I mean, I might try, but if you like,
depends on who you are. Like, do you mean something to me? Like,
right, exactly. Like, and so I don't. I know it sounds really callous and really kind of not Christian of me, but
actually, it sounds very libertarian of you.
Yeah, I know it sounds libertarian, but ultimately, it's the ultimate.
You know, Flow State will be so happy with this right now.
Flow State and I have had this discussion, and I'm like, no, I think it's the ultimate in being a conservative. You have the right to do what you want to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like, there's no equivocation there, right? Like,
where there's no law, there's no transgression,
right? And so if you are, if you're doing something to harm yourself, that's. And I believe I could get behind drug laws for like pushers and people who get kids hooked and shit like that. I could get behind.
Well, here's the thing.
But I don't know how that's enforceable, but I would get behind it.
I think if you want to do it, you could go after the manufacturer of drugs.
Yeah, sure.
But I'm not going to go after the customer.
Right. Well, my buddy had this whole deal about how his biggest problem with the drug laws was the expense.
Yeah,
it just costs so much, and for so little. Right.
Well, I mean, you got to look at like the record labels.
Yeah,
they were the ones that were privatizing prisons for a long time in the 90s, and so they were using the hip hop gangster rap music that promoted drugs and gang violence. Right. These are the same. They were pushing these artists at the same time, opening these prisons because these artists, would
go to prison.
Well, they would encourage people to behave this way, and then what? Now they filled up the prisons.
Yeah,
like so
crazy hedonism.
Hedonism. It's surrounded everywhere.
Yeah, the catchphrase hedonism.
The thing is, it's like people have to choose not to be hedonistic, and you shouldn't be able to have legislation to force you to behave that way. Like I don't think. Do we have laws should protect each other from violence, stuff like that? But I don't think laws protecting you, stopping you from doing what you're going to do for yourself. Like if we're going to be drinking or because alcohol was prohibited. Like, that was stupid.
That's one of my best answers when people say that. Well, look how well it worked when we had people going blind in this country, literally making bathtub gin. That was a real thing.
Yeah.
We had treasury agents getting shot in the woods because why? Because it got too close to Grandpa Still. That's why.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, I like me some good moonshine.
Well, I mean, my back in my recent relatives, over in East Tennessee, they
did they make some good moonshine?
I'm pretty sure they did.
Like I like a good Bjorn.
I know they did, and I know that there are people up. That didn't come out of the hollows up there. I can tell you that.
My buddy Bjorn, you met Bjorn.
I haven't met Bjorn.
Well,
I know who he is. Yeah.
His wife makes some good apple pie moonshine, and it is delicious. Like I have this whole mason jar. Like we killed it one day. I was being hedonistic and drinking that moonshine. It was great.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of people actually think hedonism is doing things to excess.
Yeah, and I don't think it's to excess. It's putting the pleasure above anything
above everything else. Even your own safety.
Your disregard of yourself, disregard of other people's safety or what's betterment for them. That's hedonism. So but back to the porn thing, I think that people ought not to engage in it. I think there's been enough studies. My friend Sterling Cooper,
mentally damaging.
My friend Sterling Cooper, former porn star, is going around talking about how porn is bad, right? But and he's against pornography. He would want to, say, yeah, porn is bad, but he wouldn't go as far as saying you should ban it. Because if you outlaw it, all you're going to do is push it underground. And then that's where things get darker and dirtier and more wild anyways. Now, do I think that means we should legalize prostitution? No. Because I think that's a different monster.
Yeah.
Because pornography is the way that the sex industry works in that both parties are getting tested, right, regularly. So they have to have a clean, screening. And so you're not spreading communal diseases.
Prostitution, there's still a lot of disease that are spread through that. But there used to be this dude that came on whatever all the time and was like, yeah, they can't test for this and they can't test for that. They can't test for this.
They do a broad panel. Like, I mean, I've have friends that done it. I've even taken people to get their panels done. And they do a broad panel, and it makes sure that you don't have like the major stuff, right? Obviously, they can't foolproof anything, but in prostitution, they don't have that. So if they legalize prostitution, then any woman can sell sex, and there's no way to verify whether or not this woman is clean or not.
Well, I mean, like in Nevada, they do, but
in Nevada, that's just in one county in Reno. You can't do it in Las Vegas. Prostitution
not anymore.
Yeah, prostitution is illegal in Las Vegas
now.
Yeah, it wasn't always, but yeah.
So look, I get it. I can't get behind that. I can't get behind the prostitution thing. That's the selling of flesh, and that gets into like a whole other quandary of.
I can't get behind it either. I don't think you should legalize prostitution.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Just the porn thing is so weird to me. Like I would prefer it to not exist, but it does, and so I can't do anything about it. And it has existed since history. So
yeah, and it's like, you got to give people the freedom. You can't infringe upon you can't
infringe. Yeah,
you can't infringe on free will.
Well, and I just it's an interesting question for me because on the one hand, I think everybody ought to do it, right? I think porn ought to be banned. Like, I think it ought to be.
Again, and
I wouldn't do it because, in my mind, you couldn't do it, and even if you did do it, it would just exist again tomorrow.
I think if the society voted to ban pornography, I would be for it, no problem. I think unilaterally, an individual trying to say it's all banned, I don't think that's going to work.
Yeah,
because you don't have the backing of society.
Well, even you don't have backing of society for anything anymore. It's not like it used to be. But
yeah,
I'm going to have to get out of here pretty soon. But it's been a really good show.
Let me see if there's any last any messages in.
Yeah,
and I'll read them off real quick. American Nacho's in the building.
I like Nacho. He's
Nacho's
a good dude.
A good guy. I do like Nacho.
He's not in my chat though.
He's in mine. Legalizing drugs would make it orders of magnitude worse. So he disagrees with us. El Perro says, in the open, as an analogous of Scarlet Letter, pornography should be taught as detrimental, thus the need to be open about it so the children can learn by real and true observation to hide it. Nope, it's been demonstrated. Let's see. Greed is quite powerful. The strength to resist is unheard of. Nacho says, brother, individual states already made drug use essentially legal.
Yeah,
and had used facilities, etc. It has a disaster, and they have rolled it back. Also, countries have done it in Europe, and it's a wrecking habit. Yeah. Imagine a guy laughing at his own family's. I'm a dumb mofo. Okay. I don't know how am I dumb mofo? But whatever. You're allowed to think that.
Yeah, I don't. American Nacho says, unironically making the commie argument, it has not been done right. I don't know that. I don't know. What is he referring to? What? I didn't read all the comments.
That's not cherry picking, dickhead. It's evidence. You're ironically picking dickhead. Oh, yeah. No. Not all the chatter. Yeah, like let me say this. Like I don't agree that people should do drugs. I think drugs are
I
bad.
think all drugs are bad. I mean,
I think the pharmaceutical companies are the biggest drug dealers.
yeah,
You know,
absolutely. That's why drug laws exist, is because of the pharmaceutical companies.
my thing is that I don't think people should be charged for possession of them. I think they, you know, if they're committing a crime while doing them,
We'll have to have the drug talk. I don't have a very nuanced take on this. I just think that it's really like,
Nacho, we should do a show.
we haven't actually been able to really make a dent in this. We keep spending money on the war on drugs. You know, literally had someone shouting the other day, we haven't actually declared war on drugs, and the military hasn't been called out and all of that.
The war on drugs was done under what? Not Reagan.
It started under
Nixon.
yeah, and it continued under Reagan.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look,
and mainly their war was against crack cocaine.
Mhm.
You know,
well, cocaine in general.
no, crack cocaine. They were giving you more years.
This is your brain on drugs.
They were giving you more time in prison for possession of crack cocaine than powder cocaine.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But Nacho, let's do a show.
Yeah,
let's do a show, Nacho. I would love to have the conversation.
The drug conversation deserves its own.
Yeah, its own show,
because I don't have a very nuanced position on this. I don't believe in laws that have no clear, like there's no clear win, right? Like, like we're saying, well, you're gonna make meth illegal, but
we're gonna give people Ritalin and
essentially meth
and Adderall.
Yeah.
Like, well, then you're legalizing. You have legal meth.
Yeah.
Right. You know. So if meth is,
this would be a great show.
Nacho, let's do a show. Hit me up, Nacho.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's someone in the chat, not you guys. Okay.
I'm not really sure. Yeah, it's hard for us to pay attention, guys. I do have to get out of here. I have to go home and pick up my son from daycare, and I got a school thing with my kids tonight. So I got to get out of here, Glenn. It's been a pleasure while you've been in town. I'm not sure that we'll be able to hang out before you leave.
I leave Saturday. So
yeah, you leave Saturday.
You might be at the lake, right?
I checked the calendar, and it looks like we're supposed to be there Saturday and Sunday. So maybe I don't leave until tomorrow evening, and I don't know. But tomorrow I would normally do a day shift show, but I think I'm going to end up working on my airplane, because I was supposed to be working on my airplane now instead of being here hanging out with you. But but I am in fact here hanging out with you and not working on my airplane. So
well, all right, guys. You ain't got to get home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. Love, peace, greasy chicken. Here, I'll play something for you guys on the way out. You know, like this episode.
Anson needs to Anson, you need to be around Saturday night in case we do the debate show.
Yeah. And just so you guys know, this episode is always brought to you guys by. This episode was brought to you by Tactical Soap from Grondike Soap Company, a game changer in men's grooming. Crafted with natural pheromones, it's designed to elevate your alpha status, masculinity, attractiveness, and charisma. Each bar is meticulously formulated to invigorate your sense and leave you feeling confident and irresistible. Unleash your true potential with Tactical Soap and command attention wherever you go. Order now by using the link in the description of this video.